Welcome to the Tech Talk by Nayan Shah. In previous video, we discussed how we can log into Google account, Gmail account, how we can start Google Classroom, creating a new class, deciding different settings about our class, especially for grading system. And then finally, we saw how we can add or invite students in our class. If you missed that video, I will keep the link for that video in my comment. So please go through that first. And then now let us go to the second video. In this video, we will be discussing the quick revision of what we did in first video, how to assign materials to the students. Then we'll see how we can create assignments for the students and how we can create different types of quizzes. So these are the topics which we'll be discussing in this video. This is very important video. Go through the entire video because this is the video which will be helpful for you to conduct your online classes. So let's come to the quick revision of chapter 1, which we have done previously. If you remember, we created Gmail account. We started our Google Classroom as a teacher. And you know that we have this 4 tab: stream, classwork, people, and grade. Stream is for communication with students. We communicate with students from stream. We send some notifications. We tell them what is going to happen, which class, when it is going to happen, everything what we want to communicate to the entire class. Generally, we do it from here. We also saw these settings, and through settings, we decided the grading system. We also see only teacher can post or comment. If you don't want your students to send you different comments, then you select this option. Otherwise, there are other 2 options also. But I prefer you select only teachers can post or comment. Settings is done. Now let us see, this time I have kept 2 dummy students also, so that you can see that actually what happens to the student's screen when you are doing some activity. Let us quickly write a comment and see how it comes to students account. Welcome students. Now as I post it, I have already created 2 temporary dummy students. And if you come to the dummy students account, refresh that account, and it says that welcome students, posted at 16:14. There is another student also. For that student also, we go to the class, and there also it says welcome students. So this is how students will be getting the notification immediately when we post it. Now the most important part of Google Classroom is classwork. The classwork is the place from where we assign different classwork to the students. Make sure that we have created a topic for the class, because there will be so many topics. If you keep everything at one place, it will be difficult for you to find out particular assignment or particular classwork or question or material. So it is better you create some topics. I've already created 1 topic, and that is HTML. Now we'll go to create. First, we'll see how we can assign some materials. So click on create and click on material. As you click on material, it asks for the title. We write title as HTML, and here we say introduction to HTML. Now with this material, if you want to add something from Google Drive, you can add a link, you can add a file, you can add a YouTube video also. So let me first include 1 YouTube video. So we go to the YouTube, and here we type introduction to HTML by Nayan Shah, and let us whether we find it or not on YouTube. Yes, here it is, introduction to HTML. I select this, click on add button. The video is added to the material. At the same time, if I want to add a web page, which I feel this web page students should go through, then I can include the link also. Through Google Drive, if I have something in my Google Drive already stored, then from the Google Drive also I can select any particular document and then click on add, and it will be added in your material. So this is how we add different types of material. If you want to see exactly how link is introduced, let me take you to one more browser window. Here we type introduction. What is HTML? Let's see what is HTML, and we have this definition of what is HTML. And if I feel like this particular page, this page which comes on screen, this page I want students to refer, I click here, right click on that, copy it, or you can press Ctrl C, come to your class, add link, and paste here, add link. So this link is added so that students don't need to search for this particular page. Whenever they will open this material, they will get this link as well as that video. So this is how we can post some material to the students, ready-made materials, before taking any assignment or any question or any quiz. First step is to give some material to the students. Don't forget to post here, and don't close this before posting, because when you click on post, then only the material will go to the students. Or if you are incomplete, you can save as a draft, or if you don't want to send the material today, then you can schedule it. Let me post it right now so that we can see how it comes in the students window. I posted the material. Now let me go to the students view. Students view, I click on classwork, and in classwork we can see this HTML topic. You click on it, it says that introduction to HTML and the two things which we have posted. This is a video. They can click directly here and open it in YouTube and see that video. They can click here and directly go to that web page which we have copied here. So this is how students will be getting their material once we post it. Second thing, we see how we can give some assignment to the students. We click on assignment. Again, we say assignment is about HTML, and we say write a simple web page code. Let it be like this. Assignment. Again, with assignment, you can send some material from Google Drive as a link, as a file, or as a YouTube video. And there is one more thing, create. If you want your students to write the assignment in a document or in slide form or as a sheet or as a drawing or as a form, you select that. So let me select docs. Once you select the docs, it will open a blank document. It is better you rename this document here, HTML assignment 1, and here you write an HTML code, let's say HTML code to print month's name in ordered list form, and that's it. We close this. It will be automatically saved in the drive. And here, the most important part is this. When you are giving assignment, this is the most important point to look at. Students can view file. Click here. There are three options. Student can edit file and make a copy for each student. Student can view file means you have written a file and you just want students to have a look at that file. Student can edit file means student can make changes in that file and make a copy for each student, which is the correct option, so that every student will get a blank copy of this file or the copy of the file which we have created. Same copy every student will be getting, so that they can write their own answer in that copy and submit to us. Again, we have this very important thing for whom we are preparing. Since we have only one class, so we don't have this option active. Suppose we have few more classes, then we can select that to how many classes we want to give this assignment. In this class, we have 2 students. So whether I want to give this assignment to both the students Or if I want to give only to one particular student, that is possible. So you can select either all the students, or you can select some particular student to whom you want to assign the assignment. Grade category. These are the categories which you created while creating our class. We select assignments. Points, we can say if you want to grade it, let it be 100. And due date, if you want to decide, you can decide the due date. And the last is topic. You select HTML so that it will come under one common topic of HTML. Rubric, we will not discuss in detail much. Rubric is for if you want your assignment evaluation to be bifurcated in different categories. If you want to do, you can go for rubric. Otherwise, it will on the whole consider 10% of this assignment. Assign this. Again, don't forget to click on assign. As we clicked on post during material, here we need to click on assign. Once you assign, again let us go to the student portion. In the classwork, let us refresh the tab, and as you can see that there is assignment, no due date. So teacher has not given any due date. Students can submit it at any point of time. They can click on this assignment and they can see that what is there in the assignment. Once student opens this assignment, they will click here, that it will open that blank document file where they will type the answer and then they will submit it. From student point of view, how it can be done, we'll be seeing in next video. So that is two things we discussed: creating material for student and giving some assignment. Let us see third option, and that is quiz assignment. Students will enjoy this type of assignment because this type of assignment requires only yes or no type of answer, MCQ type of answer. They don't need to type much in this, and they immediately will be getting the response also. So let us click on quiz assignment. Again, the title is HTML, quiz on HTML. As you see, it has already created a blank quiz. Click on that blank quiz and it will take you to the form. The structure of the quiz is in the form structure. Here it says that untitled question, blank quiz. First we make the quiz name something meaningful, HTML quiz. You can say some form description also, MCQ from chapter 1. And now we start typing a question. Let's say first question I type is HTML is used to create dash, or we can say create what. This is a multiple choice question, so let this be on. There are some many other options: short answer, paragraph type of answer, checkbox type of answer, drop down type of answer, file upload type of answer. Many other options are there. You can even insert a photograph by clicking on this button if your question requires some photograph. Especially those teachers who are taking social science and science subjects where images are very important. So sometimes, let's say for example, a history teacher can click on this button and put a photograph of Taj Mahal and can ask that who built this. So this button is very useful button if you want to include your question in your question, some photographs. It is asking for option 1. Let's say option 1, I say to HTML is used to create what? Document. You can press enter for next option, spreadsheet, web page, and drawing. I've given 4 options. I'm asking the students, I'm giving 4 options. They are supposed to select one answer. If you want Google Classroom to automatically evaluate your MCQ question answer, you click on answer key. You need to assign the answer also, correct answer. You need to tell the classroom that which is the correct answer. So click on answer key and select the correct answer, that is web page. This is again very important. You need to decide that how much point you want to assign to this question. It can be 1, 2, whatever you want to assign. Let's say 1 mark for this question. And this is also very important, especially for those teachers who are teaching in lower standard. Over there, answer of every question, teachers must give some kind of appreciation or some kind of explanation to the students if the answer is wrong. So add answer feedback is very important. Click on that. It says if the answer is incorrect, what you want to say. So if the answer is incorrect, we will say that HTML is used to create simple web pages. And if answer is correct, we will say, wow, that's great. Keep it up. So this is something which students will love if their answer is correct, and if the answer is wrong, they can understand that why the answer is wrong. For both incorrect answer response and correct answer response, even you have these two options. One is a link and one is again YouTube video. Sometimes it may happen that for any incorrect answer, you want to give a link to the students which will explain them that why the answer is wrong. Or for correct answer, you want to give some additional video. So that you can do using link and YouTube button. Save this. It will be saved. You can edit everything. Even once you've decided, you can edit or delete using these buttons. Click on done. So your first question is set. But still, before going to the second question, this is very important. Required. If this button is not selected, student can skip this question. And if you don't want student to skip the question and you want that student must appear this question, click on required. So you can duplicate this question, you can delete this question, and you can add some description, go to different section and shuffle option order. Let's say we want to add another question. So here you add question button, import question. You can add title and description, you can add image, you can add video with your question, and you can start a new section. Once all the questions are ready using this button, this 6 dots, you can reorder your questions. You can move this question from here to top and this will come down. So this is how you can move or reorder the questions we already decided in your quiz. So do this thing very easy. I'm deleting this second question, and if you click on this preview, you can see that how students will get this. You can see the preview of your quiz. So you can click on. So this is how it looks on the student's screen. Now let us come to the quiz. Now next step is to assign this quiz to the students. So we click on the send button. We can assign this using email IDs of the students or by creating a link and sending the link to the students. Easy method is to create link and send it to the students. So let us click on the link. You can even shorten this link by clicking on shorten URL. Copy this link, close this window, come to the teacher's view, come to the stream, and in stream write a notification that click the link to appear for the quiz, and then paste the link, click on post. As we click on the post, this link will go to all the students. Now let us see the students view. Refresh the view. As you can see, the link is there in the students view. Student will click on this link and the quiz will open with all the questions. Because there is only one question, it shows only one question. Otherwise, it will show all the questions which we have created. And let's say student selects the correct answer and submits the quiz. The best part is student can view his score by clicking on view score button immediately, and he will get all these details. Let's see another student example and see what happens when he gives wrong answer. Again, other student will again click on the same link, same question will come, but suppose he selects wrong answer and submits the answer and view his score. It gives all these details, 0 marks, wrong answer, and feedback. From teacher's part, when teachers goes to the classwork, quiz is given. When he opens the quiz, rather here it is open, a teacher will see these responses. So when teacher clicks on the responses, will receive all the you can see all the responses which are given by the students and all the summary of the responses. And it shows that 50% is given correct answer and 50% is given wrong answer. Teacher can click on this and save this report in Excel file format. So this is one of the best way to take test of the students, because student will enjoy appearing the MCQ kind of questions and they can immediately see their responses. Teacher can also immediately see the responses, how many has responded, still how many has not responded. So all this thing can be managed. So this is one of the best example of taking test online for the students. I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and tell others also. If you have any comments, please write, so that in next video we can share the new ideas and new problems can be solved. Thank you. Till then, stay safe.